Hi everyone, this video is going to give you an overview of the workflow for the deliverables that are due after meeting 1. Okay, so first thing you can always check to know what's due is the important dates link in the menu and the menu navigation over here on the left. That's going to show you which steps in the worksheet are due. We'll come down here to this next part of the menu for collaboration meetings. So after every collaboration meeting, there'll be a folder that has all the materials and information that you need to submit the deliverable that's due after that meeting. This table is a cut and paste from the info doc. So the info doc and this page will match exactly. So you'll see here that there's a link to the slide deck. We shared an ebook and shared that there's some supplemental resources we will use from the author to guide our work. We did a jigsaw activity, and these are the reading materials in this folder. And then the assignment that's due before the next meeting is to get started on the needs analysis by completing step 1 and 2 on the worksheet. Step 1 and 2 use information from the slide deck, so needs analysis, and then pestle analysis is part of that. If you don't want to go out and look at the slide deck, you can also look at the PDF. Okay. You'll also need to submit an attendance and feedback form after every meeting. This is how I'm tracking the attendance for the stipend requirements. So I keep an attendance sheet, and it's based on the data I get in this spreadsheet from the form. If you miss a meeting, you'll just submit the attendance sheet, the attendance form for the meeting that you missed after you and I have a makeup. So what's due before collaboration 2 is that attendance and feedback form. There's a place where you can introduce yourself on the discussion board, which is over here, down here in submissions and collaborations. Review the gap analysis, needs analysis, and pestle analysis information. And then complete step 1 and 2 of the action plan worksheet. We talked in the meeting about you being able to work in a team, in a group, or individually, and that the work, the people that you collaborate with on this project do not have to be in your department. So if there's someone from another department who's interested in the same area of exploration as you, it makes sense to partner up with them. Just make sure that each one of you submits work to Blackboard, and that helps me track for the stipend completion. So when you're ready to submit that work, and you can get the link to the action plan worksheet here, and then it's also linked again in this section where it says submissions and collaborations. There's the discussion board. Underneath that is a place for you to submit the worksheet steps. You can submit the same worksheet over and over and just keep working through it iteratively as you go. You can put a link to a Google Doc or a Microsoft OneDrive doc, or upload a document here as well. So we're submitting to a blog so that we have publicly facing work that we can collaborate on together. So you can ask questions of your colleagues, you can ask for resources, you can ask for specific feedback, and they can give it to you right here on this blog. Collaboration on the blog is not required. It's just one of those nice extra things that we can do to collaborate asynchronously with each other and be able to provide a little bit more collegial support for each other's work. So your directions are to submit steps 1 and 2 on the worksheet, and there's a specific way to name your file. If it's individual submissions, put your last name. If it's a group submission, put everyone's name on it. And then types of file you can share. And again, talking about collaboration. When you click the link, you'll see the worksheet. So learning about the process via the slide deck or the PDF. There's some video resources and text-based resources listed inside the slide deck. We'll take a look at those in a second. Where it says use this worksheet to organize your findings, it jumps down to this section where the actual worksheet lives. If you'd like to see exemplars of the final project, what that might look like, you can click here, and that takes you out to the CTLL's project submission site from a previous cohort that did a needs analysis. There's your success criteria for the entire project. But coming down here, steps 1 and 2 are due, and they don't require deep understanding of the needs analysis process as a whole. It's more getting your head into the game of why are you doing this work. Step 1 is asking you to define your purpose and think about what your goals are and what information you need to gain a comprehensive understanding of this problem or you'd like to address, or an issue you think exists, or a question that you have. A lot of good starting points for things are, I wonder about, is it true that, XYZ. So you can form this around a question, a problem, or an issue you think needs to be addressed. So just jotting down what that is. Identify the stakeholders, who's affected in this work. And stakeholders can be, immediate, but there could also be like a ripple effect of the work that you're doing. So thinking about how the work touches different constituents on campus and outside of campus potentially. And then, who would you need to talk to? What type of data might be available for particular demographics? Do you need to connect with a different office to get that data? Is that something that you have access to? Will you collect that data yourself? How will you collect that data yourself? So just jotting some ideas down. This sheet should take you about a half an hour, and I should have put that on this sheet. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to say spend 15 to 20 minutes on this section. And we'll make it red, and we'll put that here as well. That'll give you a little bit better guidance. I apologize for not doing that at first. That should have been there. So don't spend, it's not meant to spend hours and hours, just starting to think about why you're doing this and some data you might need. And then we'll use this information and discussions in the collaboration meeting. So it's a little bit of work outside the meeting to make our meeting times more productive. I wanted to pop back up really quick to look at the needs analysis. So that slide deck. Oh, if it'll load. There we go. Okay. So just a little overview of decision making. Here, this third tile down is a resource section. So I've added some video resources. The non-academic focus video is about conducting a community needs assessment in a social program. And it's a training that someone did for an organization. It's really good. It's kind of long. It's about an hour long. But if you'd like a comprehensive look at the whole needs analysis process, and especially for our non-academic focus, this was the best one that I could find. I've been looking for 6 months, and this is the best one I found. Like I mentioned in our meeting, we're breaking ground with our student partnership project. There's no information really out there on about how non-academic units and leadership partner with student partners. All the work that's been done is focusing on an academic focus with faculty partnering with students to make improvements to learning and teaching. So some of what we're going to do is feeling like, well, this kind of applies to me, but it's not written exactly to me. That's because it doesn't really exist yet. But that doesn't mean that the work is not valuable and shouldn't be done. Leadership and staff are equally important to the student experience as faculty and the students themselves. So we're just going to push the envelope in this area a little bit and be trailblazers. The pestle analysis slide deck is linked here. I found a sample needs assessment report for education that relates to Colorado. This is for all the Colorado K-12 school districts. So it's not college. There's no college documentation out there of a needs analysis that I can find in Colorado. Most K-12 school districts work around this framework, this needs analysis framework, and this is something also from the corporate world. But it doesn't seem to be used extensively in higher ed. This is interesting because these are students that we're going to get. So looking at, and this is from December 2020, and they're talking about student priorities, faculty priorities. There's some interesting data in there just kind of framing education, what's coming on the horizon for higher ed based on what's happening in K-12 schools right now and the students that we'll be getting from Colorado. And then there's that needs analysis worksheet again for you. So you can watch these videos, you can skim through the slide deck. It breaks down the steps in the needs analysis. We'll be going more into depth into these steps and the whole process and have working time during the collaboration meetings. So this is meant to be a thought starter, but not a complete resource for the work that you'll be doing. So this is, it's not super long, just gives you some information. And some folks in the cohort have already completed a needs analysis. If that is you, you'll just revisit that plan and either state exactly what you had before or make modifications based on the tweaking of bringing a student on board in that plan that you made last spring. Alrighty, thank you all so much. Hope this is helpful. As always, please reach out to me if you need clarification for anything. Remember that this is due on November 3rd at 9 a.m. So it's due before the collaboration meeting that we're having so that we can use this work in the collaboration meeting and move forward from here. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day.